Dear colleagues and comrades, it is a pleasure to welcome you here to Brussels. I was lost for about 20 minutes because of Google Map. So it was not me, it was Google Map that was lost. So to our first ever Education International Artificial Intelligence Conference, feel most welcome. This, I believe, is a historic moment in the history of our global education labor movement and in the teaching profession responsible for educating the world. And we have always said, we educate the world. We are the voice of the voiceless. I would like to speak to you this morning as leaders of education unions, our member organizations from around the world, about the agency of principled, wise, and collective leadership. Thank you for prioritizing this strategically critical gathering. In this room, we have national, regional, and global education leaders from diverse backgrounds and contexts. Our levels of expertise with AI and its accelerating diffusion are different. Phil came to understand AI 12 years ago. I don't know when I started understanding AI, but I was born after AI. Yeah, because generative technology started in the 50s, so I was not there. Yet our common commitment to a human-centered future education and the power of our solidarity with each other and our students enable us to bring a growth mindset to the challenges before us and the resilience required to meet them. Today and tomorrow, we will deepen our understanding of the what by critically interrogating it through our collective prisms of shared experience, values, and inquiry. Additionally, we will focus on the how by mapping out organizing and advocacy strategies to respond to what may seem like a daunting and ever-expanding set of terms, trends, and propositions as to what and for whom education is. If you represent early childhood educators concerned with companion boards in toddlers' toys, if you are K-12 teachers overwhelmed by the latest framework of AI literacy, or if you are a higher education faculty exacerbated explaining the metacognitive value of writing one's own essays, you are in the right place at the right time. This is the time. As I speak, my words are being interpreted by able human interpreters who understand nuance and context. I trust them to facilitate this critical conversation. And for those for whom English is not your first language, I thank you for your willingness to help us craft and translate these important messages into your own context so you can communicate them to your members, students, and allies. This is so much more than a conference one passively attends. I hope you see yourself as actively engaged in this work. Your questions, your experiences help us distill the wisdom required to meet the moment. Today is for locating ourselves and familiarizing ourselves with the concepts and issues, as Phil has indicated. Tomorrow, we'll apply what we learn and to build strategies, alliances, and lines of action. We come to braid our trade union and human rights values with the pedagogical, epistemological, technological, and ethical fibers that connect us globally. Education is about human relations, not a transactional processor, algorithmically determined, fragmented personalization. The student-teacher relationship is more than our common human heritage. It's our secured trust. It embodies aspirations and beliefs in each other. It is the key to our social and emotional development. It represents that which cannot be replicated within the infinite possibilities of neural networks. It is unique, valuable, and must be protected. And yet, we know that while the rich countries embed professional, technical, and resource-intensive capabilities, poor and low-income countries will face finance ministers and ed tech companies hawking generative chatbots, tutors as a solution to the global teacher shortage. We already see the impact on data workers working in informal, precarious platform-mediated economies, their human and labor rights at risk. We also know that big tech companies are setting up huge water-consuming processing centers in countries without strong regulations or environmental protections. Over these 2 days, we will strategize how best to represent the interest of our members and students in relation to AI. We will learn from each other about collective bargaining, political organizing, and capital strategies. We will learn about combating algorithmic bias and protecting members' and students' data. We'll hear from regions with years of experience and those just beginning. All of this is necessary, and it cannot be outsourced. We will look at powerful examples of AI used for educational inclusion, supporting students with disabilities. We'll hear how AI member organizations use AI tools in organizing member engagement and professional development. And we have invited international organizations, UNESCO, UNICEF, GPE, and OECD, to share and to hear from us their plans for AI in education. Finally, we will strategize as EI and within our regional structures about how best we ensure our members are at the table. I always say dialogue must flourish. Developing governance models, pedagogical innovations, and alliances that advance a rights-based, human-centered education. Phil, you spoke about curiosity. I always say curiosity is a turbocharge of innovation. Without curiosity, I was told that it kills the cat, but I'm no longer sure. These are 2 days like no other we have organized. But I know you agree that we, as the elected leaders of the world's educators, dedicated to the defense of public education, equality, human dignity, solidarity, and democracy, will bring all of your wisdom and energy to this moment. This is a moment for collective human agency to take the lead. In our classrooms and our communities is where we begin to build a more just future. We do not fear the future because we are the architects of the future, and we are never alone. That is our strength. There lies our hope. We stand as a global force for justice, anchored by the unwavering belief that education is the soul of a democratic society. In conclusion, let me be clear. Technology may be the tool, but humanity is the author. A chatbot can answer a question, but only a teacher's voice can say, I believe in you. I see you. Innovation must serve humanity, not diminish it. AI must amplify our voice, not replace them. We are not passengers in the future. We are its architects. So let us recommit and mobilize with clarity and courage, because the future of education is written in the hearts of those who dare to teach, to learn, and to lead. Our work is judged by the lives it changed. Let that be our compass. I thank you again for coming to shape the future. I wish you an insightful deliberations, meaningful conversation, and inspirational experience in co-designing our strategy forward. I declare this conference officially open, and I thank you for coming.